Hey boxing fans, it's Don Omega Boxing, just coming at you with another shoot interview, so to speak, on this whole little Iron Truth thing. I want to get it out there once and for all, just kind of get it out of the way, finish it. This is the last video I plan on doing on this, at least for a while. Let's just get this out of the way. I watched the little Iron Truth little BS videos he made over there, making his stupid comments, basically lying. Let me tell you, what he's really doing, what this fool is really doing, is avoiding me. That's all his little charade is about. It's about a couple things. One is avoiding me, getting out of a fight with me, because he knew I'd destroy him. That's the truth. He knew he'd get knocked out and embarrassed. He doesn't want to get embarrassed by some nerdy guy like me, right? So he does this whole crap he's doing and uses it as a great way to get out of the fight. So anyhow, okay, we were supposed to fight in March 2011. We were supposed to fight way back in August, September. I was over in Korea, and he had done his little video at some point saying that he was going to turn pro, which I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Why is this? Okay, whatever. Hey, so you're turning pro. Okay. Well, you're training then, so let's have a fight. You and me have a fight. We'll have a fight in March for the show, for Omega Boxing. It'll be a great thing. And I even got in contact with a promoter at one point and was going to get the fight as part of this, undercard of this other event going on. And anyhow, that thankfully I didn't continuously pursue that. One, it was very hard to get that together, and two, I just felt he was going to pull out of the fight and not go through with it, because he kept saying he was going to fight me in September, October, November, then around December, fight's getting closer. March is approaching much quicker, and I had started training a little in Korea. Found this little gym right in my neighborhood. It's a little amateur boxing gym. Very nice guy, very nice staff. They were helping me prepare for this fight, but I only went 2-3 days a week. I was teaching English in Korea, you know. So yeah, he doesn't. Going back to Iron Truth, Trevor, I would talk to him online through Skype. We just mostly instant messaging back and forth through Skype. And I started around December, I would start mentioning, we'd talk about all kinds of things, about boxing and movies, TV shows we're into, whatever, different things. And then he decides, every time I bring up us fighting, he starts pulling this crap where he'll go offline immediately upon me mentioning that. And so he was ducking me there, and like he would come online and I'd just mention, hey, so about the fight, like right away, boom, he'd jump back offline. And this pattern became too obvious that he wasn't really wanting the fight. It was like, I kept training until about February, and then I'm like, okay, it's getting time to get ready to come back to the U.S. for some time and see what I'm going to do with my professional life. See where I go, and we need to make this thing happen. Either this fight's going to happen, and I need to get a crew together, film crew together, people together to film it, and, you know, allocate some time for editing, let people know where the thing is going to be, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, look, are we fighting or not? And I was finally like, look, you're kind of acting like you're not going to fight, or whatever it was I said. And I was finally like, look, I guess we're not going to fight. And he was totally fine with that immediately. Now, he never officially said we weren't going to fight, but it was obvious we weren't going to fight. And he finally admitted he hadn't trained since September, blaming the fact of his gym supposedly being closed since September A guy that's going to turn pro, right? He's turning pro. He's becoming a professional fighter. That's really going to happen, right? So he lets this gym closing. Apparently that means he can't keep doing road work. He can't find another punching bag somewhere, speed bag, boxing equipment. He can't find that stuff on his own and do his own training from what he had already been taught. I mean, come on, please. You do something else. If your gym closed, fine. That's not good, but you do something else. You at least stay in shape, or you at least have the courtesy to tell the guy trying to set up all this stuff, the fight's not happening. Let's postpone, let's not do it, whatever. No, he didn't want to do that. He's a lazy individual, he's a very selfish individual, very antisocial individual. And that's the other key to this whole thing. He's using this little incident. I took him to someone's house. We brought food. He was in no danger. He knows he was in no danger. He just doesn't want to put stuff behind him. That's the absolute truth. And okay, fine. You know what? You want to leave? Fine. But what's that got to do with fighting me or not fighting me? What the hell? You know, and saying this crap about, oh, we're going to gang up on him. He'd be an idiot to show up to fight me because we'd gang up on him. First, he knows that's absolute BS. Anybody that knows me, and he knows me very well, knows that that is absolute BS. Another thing, this whole little slander that he's had in his videos, these slanderous allegations in his videos, you know what I'm talking about. That is absolutely ridiculous to sit there and make this crap up. And you know what? I think he probably, in his own little mind, believes that crap. But come on, I'm a freaking teacher. You think I'm really going to associate with someone that I believe is this way? Absolutely not. I'll go on record. This Murph guy, he is not that way at all. Come on. These other guys, they're not that way either. These guys, and you know what? If he were and if they were, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. You think I would? Come on. So, get my cat over here. Get out of that. But anyhow, yeah, it's ridiculous. But it's all red herring. The bottom line is he didn't want to fight me, and he wanted to isolate himself even further. And he finally got his wish, which has always been to have 0 friends. He's a very antisocial person, and I believe that he just wanted 0 friends whatsoever. He wants to be in this isolated little one-person selfish world where he's living at his mom's house, being a drain on society, being happy that he's lazy, being happy that he, abuses the system, is on food stamps, welfare, all that crap. Loving that stuff. I mean, what kind of person sits there loving that stuff? That tells you the kind of character he is. And, I mean, he even admitted in his own video that he's a constant liar. He's a constant... I mean, you used to see his reviews and his commentary on boxing and his little, like, delusional predictions and delusional, like certain fighters that he delusionally would pick no matter what because he likes them. Simply because he likes them. And yeah, because absolutely, being biased, great. That's being truthful, that's being whatever. But come on, picking your fights that way. I mean, not that I'm talking about someone picking fights, I'm absolutely horrible at it. But I don't know. You know how he was. Anyone that's watched this show, you can go watch all the old videos and see how this guy was. Come on. So anyhow, he's done. He's finished with this show. He won't be back. I have no interest in having anything further to do with him. He's a coward. He doesn't want to fight me. I have no place on this show, on this whole little thing I do. I have no place for cowards. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm some tough guy. I'm not calling everyone in the world out. 99% of the people in the world would probably beat my ass. So why is he ducking me? Because he knows he's the 1% that couldn't beat me. He's a real 1%er, I tell you. And, you know, tell him I said that. He's sitting there pretending he's not watching my videos, which is total BS. I guarantee you he gets curious and watches. Whatever. I don't even care if he does or doesn't. I've had people email him. I've had different fans email him because they've emailed me, they've messaged me through YouTube or sent emails. I said, hey, look, go email this guy, tell him to fight me, tell him, you know, at least respond to me directly in some fashion. And they said, yeah, they've sent emails. They would send emails. I'm sure they have. And you know what? No response. Absolutely no response. And I'll put it out there. He had the opportunity. I would let him dictate the rules of the fight, everything. He could dictate it how he wants, as long as it's fair. Because I'm all about a fair fight. If me and him were to fight, of course, I would absolutely be all about a fair fight. But that's not going to happen. That ship has sailed, basically, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care. I mean, what am I going to get? How's it going to benefit me from knocking him out at this point, you know? This guy is a guy that's... He is what he is. I'm glad he's off the show. This is something that I personally... I kind of wanted him off anyhow. The reason I kept him around was for entertainment value, to be honest. For the, if nothing else, self-entertainment value. He was quite an embarrassment, honestly, to take around and to have on the show. There were many times where he would say certain things and I would just be like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now, yeah, so... Anyhow, I'm sorry I've been going on about this crap. This crap is all getting wrapped up and we're going to move on to other things. So, just let it be known that this guy officially ducked me. He would not fight me. He would not respond. He agreed to a fight and he pulled out for... He pulled out for cowardice, basically. That's the bottom line. That is his little non-legacy. Not that he's going to be remembered. Not that I'm probably going to be remembered, you know. But anyhow. Next up, I want to move on other topics real quick. Just other stuff that I have in my life. I'll be going back to Korea pretty soon. It looks like that's at least the plan right now. I've been trying for a while to get the website going again. Just had a hard time with the guy that's my webmaster. He's got his own stuff going on, has a daughter. We're friends. Anyhow, we've just had we've both been busy with our own things outside of the boxing site, so that's been the big issue. I've been wanting to do the boxing site. I think about it a lot, but just haven't had the time. And I do want to get the site going again. It will happen. It is going to happen at some point. I haven't come out and put some kind of release date or anything like that. Like, okay, we're gonna have the site up by, you know, June 1st, because if I do that, then there's all this pressure and then disappointment when it doesn't happen. So, and I don't like to sit there and lie to people like that. Like, well, it's not really a lie. You expect to do it, but you know what I mean. I don't like to miss a deadline like that. If I set a deadline, I like to actually see it forth, and I don't want to rush and do something kind of like, you know, I say June 1st, and okay, we get the site up by June 1st, but then the updates are, you know, as slow as they are right now, and that's not acceptable to the fans. It's not acceptable to the boxing community, and I don't want to do that. The whole purpose of my show is to promote boxing in a positive manner, even though here lately, I guess, you know, with these videos, with this thing, with the whole, Trevor Iron Truth thing, that is, I've been doing this off and on at least since 2006. So, yeah, it took some time to address it and brought it out in the public format. I was hoping I would embarrass him enough to actually stand up and fight, but obviously that didn't work. So, my apologies to the fans for even putting this crap out, And I may very well take it all off after a few months or so. I might even take it all off tonight, who knows. Haven't really made up my mind on that, but because I do want I want it there for people, longtime followers of the show that maybe haven't checked the page in a while. Maybe they'll check within 6 months. So I might leave it up for a few months, give it enough time to be out there, and then just get rid of it. Because it's not really a big deal. Probably 90% or so of viewers, if not more, don't care at all about that whole crap. So I want to get back to boxing, just get straight back to that. And yeah, the website will happen at some point. I've already paid money to have things done. I just got to get with the webmaster, and we've already discussed plans. He's already done some work on it. A lot of the code is done. There's a lot of rearranging of certain elements on the site, and it's possible. We're talking about possible logo change and different elements, forum stuff, different elements. We're not gonna rush with it. Refuse to rush with it, and we'll see where we go from there. Meanwhile, I'll be going back to Korea to teach, and I'm looking into other avenues because I've really gotten interested in this teaching overseas thing. I was actually looking at China. I was looking at I looked at Japan. Japan just isn't economically feasible, plus with the whole tragedy that happened over there right now. I don't know if I really want to go into that right now professionally. It'd be great to go over and give aid, something like that, but just to go over there professionally, I don't know. It's not really what I have in my plans right now. So, but what I would like to do, I've had other people ask me about this teaching English, teaching overseas, going overseas, traveling overseas, living overseas. It's a fantastic experience, let me tell you, and let me not kid you. It's great. It's not paradise. You go over there, you live in a different culture, and it's total culture shock, especially coming from America, going over to Korea, which I knew nothing about whenever I went over there. I didn't do enough research on Korea, its history, its culture, anything, before I went over there. I just kind of I'll go over there, ran over there, and figured I'd pick it up and learn it when I got there, which I did. It would have been a lot easier had I known a lot of stuff that I now know. If hindsight 2020 kind of thing, if I could go back in time and warn myself of a lot of things, save myself a lot of headaches and a lot of stuff that happened in the course of life, things that I could go back to in that experience and say, hey, watch out for this and that, whatever. And if I can do that for someone else, like, first introduce other people, say, look, you want to do something good, enriching, you want to open your world up, you want to experience other cultures, you want to live in another culture, think about teaching English overseas. And that's something I want to explore helping others with. So I will be having videos with that, although they won't be on this page, but to any of my fans here that would be interested in seeing any of that stuff, or I guess I'll provide a link at some point whenever I have that. Now you can check out my blogs there, my Korean living stuff that I may do. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up. I've gone on way too long. Probably not going to edit this video. So, thank you for watching. And once again, we're going to bury this Iron Truth thing once and for all. It's done. It's history as far as I'm concerned. So, thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone that's been giving the positive messages. People giving your little negative messages. Whatever, good for you too. So, talk to you later, and goodbye. Oh, 안녕히 계세요. It means goodbye in Korean, pretty much.